Logan were really, really critical from a leadership perspective. I mean, how do you guys kind of naturally fill that leadership void? Because if you force play leadership, it might not work out well. So I guess how do you guys kind of go about that?
Really, Jay stepped up pretty big this spring. He was obviously a leader being the middle linebacker, but just he's kind of filled that role from Joe and Logan's perspective. So just Jay stepping up, and then just everybody on the defense has really become more of a leader. So it's been pretty good.
What's your assessment of yourself between last year at this point and this year at this point? I mean, do you feel like you just kind of you can understand calls better, or you just feel like, I guess, what's the biggest change over the course of the year?
I can just see more that's going to affect us, like what's going to affect us and how to stop it from hurting us, and just different scenarios I can put myself in to help the defense succeed.
How did Koen tell you he was coming back?
Really, it was just when one of them said, they all said if one comes back, they'll all come back. So when one came back, it was really just like a matter of time until all the pieces clicked in.
What I guess just chemistry-wise with Koen, being able to play the whole season with him, how do you feel like that has helped you coming into this season?
Oh, it's definitely helped me. Quinn's a great aspect to have on the team. He's like the king of our defense. He makes all the checks. If we have to make a certain check, Quinn can get us in and out of stuff. So he's a big piece to have back. So excited to have another season with him.
In the secondary, you guys have pretty much everyone back except Cooper. What do you feel like you guys are capable of as a secondary this season?
I feel we're capable of a lot. We had a pretty good group last year. Obviously, we wanted more turnovers from the back end, but teams were attacking us differently than the years previous. So really just staying together, having fun, and just doing whatever we can out there to make plays.
What do you feel like? How do you guys feel like you can create more of those turnovers?
Really just try to force some more fumbles when we're tackling, high points and balls. We dropped a few picks last year, so just capitalize on those little things.
You played with the cast on your hand for a few games at least. Did that hinder you a lot, or how difficult was it to play?
I would say it was definitely different to play with it on, but really having that come off for this whole spring has definitely made me a better player. Just being able to fit blocks better, get off blocks, and make tackles. So really, I feel like that helped me going into this season and this spring.
Are you fully healthy already?
Yep.
Appreciate it.
What can you say, and I don't want to put words in your mouth, about the situation with Caden from your perspective?
Really, it's kind of disappointing as a guy I wanted to play with. Obviously, coming from high school, we were really close friends, so having him on the team would have been a really big thing, but I guess I was not really a place for everybody, so I just wish him the best of luck wherever he is.
You just kind of say, okay, it's my friend, I understand it's football. What, from your perspective, where do you have to be better this next season than you've been the first 2 years you've had a chance to play?
Really just vocalizing, just staying confident in the calls and just clean up some footwork stuff to allow me to play faster and get in and out of breaks.
Are you happy with where you are just in terms of your development? Do you feel like you've gotten the most out of this, and do you feel like the best is about to happen?
Yeah, I feel like I've grown tremendously over, this is my third spring, so these past 3 years I feel like I've grown a lot, so it's really just excited for this upcoming year and see what we can do on the field.
Sean said you guys were still doing some modified version of the competition this spring that you guys have had. Where are you at in the rankings so far? You said Nestor might be ahead.
Nestor's had a good spring. He had a couple of picks, but I had a pick 6 today, so that might have bumped me up a little bit. So I'll probably give myself on 3 or 4 right now. Got to come back for the last week.
Didn't you win it?
Way that I think I could implicate. That's a good question. Maybe, I don't know. I just think that there was so many. I feel like each one of us, have our own abilities. And I think that there's a lot of plays that guys are made that just it's unique to them and their skill set. So
How much their tendencies that they do? You're okay. I should implicate this.
Yeah, I think at least Koen. He's a very cerebral player. He's very smart. Always thinking to play ahead. That stuff I tried to emulate. Castro's very aggressive player. Makes good tackles, stuff like that. I try and emulate him in ways. And then at least Cooper last year, he has great ball skills. He also has great technique, so he's always something I would try and look at. Yeah.
And what was your reaction to Castro and Quinn, those guys coming back?
I mean, I think it's awesome for the program. I'm a team-first guy, so I want us to go back and win a Big Ten championship again. So having the same guys come back again, that probably only increases our chances. So. hope we can do that again.
Before they announced their decisions, I know during the time.
Why? Anybody else? Why? Help.
No
Thank
matter
you.
what they
Why?
decide, I'm coming back. Like you wanted to get out and nip any sort of conversation about the portal right in the bud.
Yeah.
I guess what was the motivation or what was the thinking?
I mean, well, I think for me, I committed to the University of Iowa, and I think that Coach Ferentz and Coach Parker, they're committed to me, and whether my time comes this year, next year, or in 2 years, I just got to stay true to the process and just know that if I just keep going hard every single day, and the light's going to be at the end of the tunnel, and I'll get what I deserve.
And there's been a lot of hype around you going forward, whether it's from that punt return play or just what you've shown on the field so far. I guess, how do you look at it with those guys coming back? Do you see it as another opportunity to continue to learn from them and be maybe even better than that supposed hype? Or I guess, how do you approach this?
Yeah, I mean, I just try my best to just be the best player that I can be, and I know that if I can just be at my best, then that'll be what's best for the team, and everything will just fall together.
Something that Phil said to you at the time when you first weren't on that list?
He was just being Coach Parker. Keep on working, man. Coach Parker doesn't give you much, but he coaches you really hard. So, you got to take that coaching along with, okay, he wants me to be great, so I got to accept this coaching and what I have to do in order to travel, in order to get on the field, in order to play. You just got to keep on working. Like Coach Ferentz says, the hay's never in the barn. You never made it. You just got to keep on working. So, yep.
I can't remember. At some point, you got on the travel roster.
Yeah. So Penn State was my first week, which that was insane. Penn State was a pretty crazy experience. Nothing like Penn State, but so Penn State was my first travel, and then on and on and on, I kept traveling. So yeah.
What was that like when you see your name on the list?
It's just like it was good to see, but I also. That wasn't my end goal. My end goal was just to travel. So I saw my name on the board. I was like, okay, cool, I'm traveling. But now, what's the next step? What's the next goal? Like, just keep on pushing, keep on working. So next goal, get on the field for special teams. Get on the field for special teams, make a play, get on defense, make a play. You know what I'm saying? So that's definitely in the forefront of my mind this year. Get on the field for defense and make a couple plays. Whatever my role may be, sit in it, work for it, and play 110% and give all my passion and effort out there.
How helpful was it to have that time on special teams last year?
It was good. It was good for me. I loved playing on special teams, and Coach Woods is such a good coach. He really gives you the tools to succeed, just like every coach in our building. But it was also good for me because I was on the defensive field and I wanted to be. So it was like that was also in my mind, like, okay, what can I do more to get on the defensive field? How can I show on special teams, like my energy, my effort? Like, what can I do every day in, day out? What can I do to showcase my skills? So yeah.